Sorry, I am trying to straighten my phone so it's not crooked. Hopefully that is. Hello, everybody. It's Leanne Graff with today's live. So yeah, let me get my laptop synced up so I can greet everybody. Let me know who's watching today and where you're from, and if you're new too. Okay, it's not quite straight yet. I'm working on it. I don't know if that bothers anybody else, but it does me. Oh, it's better. Okay. Good morning, Trina. Hi, Candy. Welcome, gals. All right. We'll get started. Oh, it's the last part of June. There are just 5 days left of June. It's crazy. We wait and wait and wait for summer, and then it just flies by. Hi, Jean. Oh gosh. So let's start with the inventory status report. There's a few things gone or out of stock right now. Just a few embellishments, so that's better. Unfortunately, a lot of stamp sets are out of stock. And you know, even though it says July 8th for most of them, Stampin' Up! Makes their own stamps. So the last time they kind of gave us a date of July 8th or the end of June, they got them back in stock earlier than they stated. So I'm hoping that by the end of the week, before the bundle sale goes away, some of these will be back. So check back on my Facebook page, or if you're a demonstrator, check back yourself or go online. And you can check at shopwithleanne.com to see what's available, because if you have your eyes on some of these bundles that are an extra 10% off in June, they may be back before this July 8th date. I think they give us an extended date, and it all depends on how fast they can make them. And I suppose with the holidays, that plays a role as well. Just a couple of designer papers are out. I didn't put the 1 3/4 inch circle punch. That is unavailable as well. There's one embossing folder that's not available. It's not too bad of a list, but demonstrators get access to the inventory status report, and the only other way a customer can know is if you go to the online store and look to see what's available, if you're going to, or if you plan to order it or not. So yeah, the bundles are on sale through June 30th. So any stamp and die bundles are automatically an extra 10% off. I mean, automatically 10% off when you order them as a bundle. But during June, they are an extra 10% for almost 20% off. So that's the June special. Now in July, as of the 3rd, there will be bonus days starting. So bonus days is where I believe for every $50 you order, you get, I think it's $5 off to spend in August. So bonus days will be starting July 3rd. That's the next special. And we will have a bunch of new online exclusives available, and oh, they are fabulous. There's a ton of them. So you can see those. I don't know if it's July 1 or if it's going to wait till July 3rd to release the new online exclusives. Right now it's a pre-order period for demonstrators for those. And I've been playing with some because of course I joined a bunch of swaps, which I did not have time for, but I made it happen. So let's do door prizes. So the prize for commenting last video was the classic matte dots, and for sharing was a set of 5 cards. So these were one of my kits to go, probably a couple of years ago. So you get these 5 finished cards for sharing. So the winners of these are, I'm trying to see who won which. Char won, here, let's switch this around. So they're the names. Char Litton, I don't know if you're on, Char, won the cards, and Cindy Collette won the matte dots. So I messaged both of you asking for your mailing address. So I hope you get back to me. Sometimes I don't hear back from people when they win a prize. Either their messaging is off or something, but but then the prize just sits there and goes back into the mix for prizes for another video. So I hope that if you watch me, check your messaging in your settings, because you do need to be able to get messages for me to get your address. Okay, so the prize for commenting this video is a set of pastel adhesive back sequins. I love these things. They're so nice and flat. I really do like sequins on my projects. And this is something I just found in my stash. It's a 4 cards kit. Now this is quite a ways back, because it involves that, remember that butterfly paper? So these are what I'm going to call a mystery kit, because you get, there's punches and die cuts and designer paper, and you're going to put them together. It's a mystery, so you can make your own cards. So these are really fun. We do this with my team a lot. It's been a while since I've done one, but you get a mystery card of supplies and you just put them together whatever way you want, and everybody's are so different. It's really fun. So comment for the sequins and share this video with friends or on your page or in a group to get in on the drawing for the 4 card kit. Okay, I am going to brag a little bit about one of my team members. So one of my cards today features the Round We Go bundle, and this is a Stamp and Die bundle that's on sale. Now this was $45 and it's now just $40. And I'm going to show you one project I'm making today. That's one of my projects. But Paula from New York is one of my team members, and she created a bunch of Artist of the Month projects, and I can't wait to show them to you. They are incredible. She went over the top. So this was a card she made for her nephew because he's in the armed services. I don't know which one, but he is an active service member, and she made that. Isn't that cute? And these, she stamped that image in multiple colors, well, red, white, and blue. So, yeah. And this is a card that she made using a tutorial from Connie Stewart. And she calls it a diamond pop-up card. Isn't that fun? So, who knows? Maybe I'll share one of these soon. But that's another card. Then we have this one. It's just beautiful. She used a lot of textures, new embossing folders for these cards, but she used that Thoughtful Moments, I believe, embossing folder and die cut. But this is the dotted circles embossing folder. Super cute, love that. Here is a really colorful card using the Full of Life designer paper. So yeah, beautiful. Love the greetings around the little rosette here. Then she made this one, and this one is die cut, and I have to almost feel it because she got these glued down so well, it almost looks like they're one paper, but that is done with the dies. So the round, I think one of these dies and then one of these on top. So yeah, really, really cool. Okay, that's that one. And we have this one here, a little bit of a fun fold. And this is a stamped one. So she stamped that twice. Well, I think it's this one, twice. Perfectly, I must say. And this one is one of my favorites because the colors. I think that blue and yellow is so pretty. It's a gift card, so you can stick money or a gift card in the little pocket. Love that. This is the Country Lace designer paper. I'm not even talking about all the designer papers that she used and whatnot. There's I don't know if I can remember everything, but I love that. And this little die cut is this one right here. So a little bit of a surrounding accent of the greeting. Okay, and the last card is this one. Again, the Full of Life designer paper, some stamped background. I like this too, where she cut that in half and used it on the card. That's fun. I know, I have very, very talented team members, very talented. So yeah, now we get to her 3D item. She stamped these with all the stamps many of the stamps in the, and she did 2 tones on those. Isn't that fun? Yeah, and then used the solid. I guess I have to say that this image right here, or these dies right here, are solid, so they can be stamped on like a punch or whatever. So it's a really cute bundle. But this one, I'm like, I haven't seen anything like that. I mean, she made a box, which is awesome. I did not get dimensions on this, but I might yet. But look what she did with that rosette. She cut that out of the Full of Life designer paper and glued the 2. She cut it in half, or just did one section. I'm not sure. I think that's just one section. And then glued it flat as a little accent on that box. Isn't that just adorable? I think that is out of the box. It is quite a unique way to use that rosette. So aren't her projects incredible? I mean, she went over the top. I asked for 5. That's what I asked for when because they get a little something from me for doing this. But she went like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. She doubled what she needed to. Way to set the bar high here, Paula. Okay, yeah, that I wanted to show you her cards. I will be posting them on my blog probably, maybe even later this week. Actually, I know I will be. I'll start tomorrow because I do want to feature some projects, because this bundle is only on sale for another 5 days. So, yeah. All right, we are going to make my card. Oh, did I leave it? Oh, hold on. I've got to go grab it. I always think I'm ready and I miss something. So here's the card I'm going to case today. I'm going to use different colors. So I just wanted to have a play with all the stamps and the dies. I think that they are just so fun to play with. They seem a little retro, a little bit funky. So that's what we're going to do. Very little stamping happening today with this card. And my colors here are Summer Splash with Melon Mambo. So yeah, but I'm changing it to Summer Splash with Pretty in Pink. So, hang on, I have to grab something. So I know many of you were jealous about the color wheel that some of us received in Houston, but on page 132 of the US catalog is the color theory wheel. And what I did, and of course I didn't bring my ruler, but I grabbed my ruler and I knew I was going to use Summer Splash because honestly I had some die cuts done already. And I thought, I'm going to do a duo. So I took this and I went across the color wheel and I got to Pretty in Pink. So I know that those colors will work well together. So that's one of the easiest ways to use the color wheel. Just go with a long ruler or a piece of paper and go across and see what you get. And the colors are beautiful. What you see, I've always loved purple and either orange or yellow together. So here we have, oh yeah, Berry Burst and Granny Apple or Lemon Lime Twist. Those are beautiful together. So that's a great way to just use the color wheel that's in the catalog, is to go across. Okay, all right. Let's get on to our cards. So of course, I always like to die cut my projects before the video. I just like to save time. So on here, I used this one here and here, and this one here. So I like the way that it shows through. I think that's really cool. So that's how I used it. But again, like Paula used it on, where's that card? This one, to highlight her greeting. So that's another way you can use this kind of outline circle die. Okay, so I did that ahead of time, and I had this textured ahead of time. When I heat emboss for, say, a swap, this was actually done with this for a swap, I tend to, if I have a strip of paper or maybe even something like this, I will stamp this 4 times in Versamark First, I use my embossing buddy, of course, for the powder bag to remove any excess powder from sticking. I should say embossing powder from sticking. So I stamp it 4 times, sprinkle my white embossing powder, tap off all the excess, and make sure there's nothing extra that I don't want to be white embossing, and I heat it all at once. Then I can die cut or punch each one. Why do it one at a time when you can do 4? And sometimes it's a strip. And if you're not a speedy embosser, heat embosser, you might want to just do 2. But it sure saves some time to do multiples all at the same time. Okay, so I am debating if I want to stamp these, and I'm going to try pink this time. I'm going to try the Pretty in Pink. So how many of you have Pretty in Pink from years ago? Because it is a returning color from, gosh, and I'm going to twist. Every time when I do a background, I like to do a little twist. And that means it's not all in the same place every time you stamp. Okay, so I did the inside as well. So we will stamp that a few times. Very similar, stamp off before I clean, just to keep my chamois somewhat clean. And I'm not going to put a greeting in there because it could be anything. Time to celebrate is my greeting. So we will add this to the inside of the card. And this is a little smaller than my usual. My usual inside is 3.5 by 4 3/4, but I have this scrap piece and I'm like, that'll be fine. It's plenty big enough. Okay, so now we will set that aside, adhere this. That's the back side. Get a little of that center so it lays and adheres flat. So my measurements will be posted next week, Monday or Tuesday. Every time I do a video, I do a free project sheet. So the free project sheets are posted from this week, from today's video, so Tuesday, to next week. So I will post on Monday. Where's my card? I gotta see what I did. Okay. We're going to do 2 strips of baker's twine, and this is a retired baker's twine. I have something very close to our current baker's twine. This one's a current, this one's a little bit thicker. So what I like to do is put my adhesive on the back. This is Seal Plus, and grab that, and I'm going to give it a little twist so it's not so straight, and then press. So those are pretty adhered. Now I'll take another piece and just tie a bow. And I want it way over to the side. We'll just trim. Okay, now we can glue that to our card base. And I do need to use a bone folder on my card because it keeps popping open. What pretty colors. See, the color wheel does work, and you don't even have to have it in person to do a color duo. Okay, now we get to add all the fun stuff. So I did die cut, and these are all, most of these are die cuts from the dies right here, except for this one. And why I didn't use the outline one, it's probably very similar in size, but this is from the Stylish Shapes. It has a little bit of a stitching on it. So I will add that first, and I added my dimensionals, oh boy, long time ago probably 2 weeks ago, and now this is, so I'll show you what I do. This is not sticky anymore. because the backing, I probably added it after the fact. So what I do is add some more glue. And I purposely put my dimensionals so it would not be on top of the twine. I'm going to end up covering those cute little dots. Wonder if I can go just a little bit low. Well, no, I'm going to go a little higher. That's what I'll do. Try and get it straight. Okay. And it does take a little bit of time for the one I added glue to adhere. Okay, so we are going to add these together, adhere these together, and just kind of find the center. It's always a little bit of a juggling act trying to find where they meet together, and that's pretty good. All right, and then that gets a little circle die cut on top of that, and I could have popped that up, but I'm going to pop some other things up instead. So this is going to go here. Let's just put everything where we think it's going to go. I might center that. And that one will go up here. And kind of trying to make it, that looks pretty good. Somehow I wanted that in the center. I don't know why, but I did. So I'll get my dimensionals out. I'm actually going to use both large and small because this one needs a large one. Or I could use two smalls. And this one, we will just do flat. Okay, this one will do flat. Got to alternate a little bit. And this one will use a mini. Some people really like the minis. You get a lot more dimensionals out of the mini versus the large. There we go. So what's left is, you know, that's kind of bothering me that I don't have any of those little starry things down there. I'm going to try, I have a little piece of scrap paper here just to cover this up. I'm going to try stamping this. There, I like that better. Okay, it got covered up. Didn't like it. So for this card, I used sequins, and this one I pulled out the Shimmer Gems, which has Summer Splash and Pretty in Pink. So let's see where we want to put those. I know we'll put a pink one there. And I don't have any more small ones. I have been using them. So we will just have fun. I think I'll use a pink one. Here's a small pink one. Right there. Okay. All right. Card is done. Now we get to decide which one we like better. This one's definitely bright and bold, and this one is more pastel. So it depends on what your style is. So that's the Round We Go bundle. I think it is so fun. There are quite a few celebratory sayings in there. They even have a to from for tags, but I like this. This is your day, this is your year, and this is your month. That's kind of fun. Yeah. So could have done lots more, but I kept it pretty simple inside. Could have done a lot more. But anyway, that's the Round We Go bundle. I hope you like it. It is really a fun bundle. I love it. Okay, that's the first card. So the second one is a card we made at my June card clubs. And this one features the Friends for Life bundle. Another gem. And I did a bunch of these cards featuring this bundle was it 2 weeks ago or was it last week? I can't remember, but it's another bundle and it's available. It's discounted from $53 to $47 now, and it's got a ton of the greetings, the banner, the hearts, the leaves. Yeah, it's got a ton. Okay, so this card is super, super simple. Like I said, we made it at my card club, and I'm going to get out my packet. This is the Full of Life designer paper, and here is the card, or are the cards. So I had many different patterns in my for my club gals to choose from. So they got to choose their favorite designer paper or pattern or color. And what I did for texture, because if you can see that, it's textured. This is the Dotted Circles die, or embossing folder, and I made a little mark with a Sharpie, which I can wipe off with rubbing alcohol, so they would know where to put their designer paper. So I also, the reason, I'm going to show you the difference on these cards, which I showed them. See how these dotted circles follow the line of that circle die from the spotted, or Spotted on Nature? Is that the right? That sounds so weird right now. Spotlight on Nature dies. So the circle impression or dotted texture follows that circle. But on this one, I didn't think about that, and it's lower. So that's why on my embossing folder, they were all like, well, where do I place that? Where does it go? So I gave them a little hint on where to put that when they ran it through. So it gives a really neat texture to this designer paper. Okay, so getting back to the card. This is like the simplest card. And the neat thing about the design here is these are 3 inches by, I believe, 5, maybe 5 1/4. But you get 2 out of 1 piece of paper. So you can make 2 cards with the same 6 by 6 paper piece. So yeah. Very cost effective, and just, I mean, a circle. You wouldn't even have to have this depending on what you're doing, or it could be leaves or a punch or a ribbon or something else. I'm going to move this over just to have a tiny, I just wanted to bring that navy back in, or whatever color I had used to match the designer paper. So there, and I have a little excess. Okay, and that gets it here to my 4 1/4 by 11 inch card. Such an easy layout. I hope you like it and use it, because just a few circles, and most people have circle punches or dies to use. So here is the Friend die cut, and just a few smears, and I'm using very thin amount. Just enough to, and some people will use our silicone mat, or you could use the adhesive sheets. So I purposely kept the navy up there so this would show up. I wanted this to be on the lighter area. Okay. All right. So let's stamp our greeting. So I'm going to do the Thinking of You, and these, like I said, are the Spotlight on Nature dies. They are available. Unfortunately, the Spotlight on Nature stamp set is not, so you can't get the Spotlight on Nature bundle at a discount. Yeah, right now. I'm hoping they bring it back before the end of the month. So be sure you check by the weekend if you're interested in that, because I'm hoping that that's back in stock by the weekend. Now, on the inside, I did a simple Sending Happy Thoughts, and that is from the Wild, oh gosh, I haven't, it's of course unavailable, Wildflower Designs. Beautiful greetings in there, which I may be featuring on my next month's kit to go. So I'm thinking of doing the one of the designer papers that works with it. Okay, and then in this bundle there are either leaves or flowers, let's see, what do I feel like using? There's no real true green, so well, there's definitely no pink. So I guess I will be using, I'll try the Lemon Lime Twist and stamp some, I'll close this one up, no accidents, stamp a leaf. I'm going to stamp off once just to make a little bit of a lighter hue. Oh, that is way too light. Okay, I guess I'm not stamping off. Okay, there we go. All right, that's the inside. Now we just have to put it together. All right, so I'm using dimensionals. Always got to add some dimension to your projects. It makes such a difference. Rather than flat, I know, just jazzes it up to add that dimension. Okay. Getting down to the end of this one. All right, so trying to follow my dots and make it straight. Always the circles are kind of hard to make straight. It might not be perfect, but it's close. So then we have some of the, and this is in the Full of Life bundle or suite. These are the iridescent faceted dots, and they are gorgeous, I must say. So we will put one there. There, and I have to get one on the dotted eye so it's finished, because when I die cut all these friends out for it, people, I did not save the tiny little dot that came with the die cut because I just wasn't gonna hand out those little dots. So I'm like, this is an easy solution. All right, there we go. There are the cards for the Friends for Life. And then we have the cards for the Round We Go. That is the projects today. If you just joined me, those are what we did today. And the project sheets look like this. So this is the Friends for Life card, and it has the dimensions, the directions, pictures, and what products I used on the back. If you print double-sided. If not, you can not print this one or print it on a separate piece. So don't forget, the project sheets are seen at my blog on Mondays and Tuesdays. So that's where you'll find those. If you're placing an order, here are my host codes, and that is my link to get any of the bundles that are available at an extra 20, or actually almost 20% off. So thank you so much for joining me. I will see you next week and with another live. And next week, I believe I'm going to be sharing the upcoming online exclusive projects and products. So that's what we'll be doing then. All right, thanks so much, everybody. I appreciate you watching and hanging in with me. And don't forget to share and or comment to be in on the door prize drawing for next week. All right, thanks so much. Have a great week. Bye-bye.